And we're live.
Tucker,
No, it's always good.
I
Thank you for having
heard
me.
that on a live stream, they were talking about Taylor's wild success on Tinder, which has impressed all of us. And
Yes.
you said that that Taylor is a Midwestern treasure, and you're an LA3.
Yes.
How's that going?
I'm still in LA3. I mean, like, I firmly believe that there are tiers based on where you live, right? Like, if you're in Montana and you're not diabetic, like, you've got the world is your oyster. But
you're at least a 6.
Yeah, but I was walking down the street. I just came back from lunch. I was walking down the street, and the homeless people look better than me. And it's just like, that's the competition I'm dealing with.
You should go to West Virginia. Be like all 32, baby. All 32.
Look, I have cousins, and I don't even see them. So you, Mary Beth, you could be mine. You could be mine. Yeah. No, Tinder's not. I uninstalled that app for a bit. It was just like detrimental to, I'll be honest.
Self-worth.
Yeah, when I'm swiping, I'm usually like on the toilet. Like it's like a thing to do when you pass time, or like in an Uber. And after a couple weeks, I was just like, okay. Like I had
like, holy shit, my Uber driver just swiped left on me.
Right, like I'm looking at you.
So wait a minute. You had something invested in these girls? Like you're like, oh, I hope this one will swipe right on me. No?
No. I mean, Tinder is very, it's like built for the type of person that you'd expect it to be. Like everybody there is looking realistically for either their absolute soulmate and they're a Cancer and they would love to give you all of their astrological signs, or you have the people that are like, I just want to fuck a little bit, you know?
So you have the women and the men.
You'd be surprised. I've looked at my friends or her Tinder, and it's just like, it's not that much better over there. You've got like the same amount of like fuck boys. I don't know how else you'd
an insane number of fuck boys. Like the girls I talk to, friends of mine who have Tinder, like I'll think I'm like hot shit, right? I'll get like a lot of matches, and they'll be like, oh, you know, and I'll see them pull up their app, and it's like, you know, 3,400 matches. It's like,
disgusting.
God, dick is so free.
It is though. Dick is literally the freest element in the world. Like,
I learned from Reddit.
Dick and hydrogen.
Dick is abundant and therefore has no value.
Wait. I think you just solved Tinder's conundrum. Dick is so prevalent that I don't have value anymore.
Yeah.
I just stand there and my opening line is like, listen, I'm really average in everything that I do. It's annoyingly so. Do you want to hang out with me? No, I want an asshole, or I want like a really nice guy. Like I don't want like you know, I don't want the Joe. I don't want the.
Oh, you got to pitch yourself better. You're not average at all.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is she
I'm
aware of how many
average.
followers you have?
Aggressively.
Can you? So honestly, quality segue. There's this dating app called Raya, which is we might have brought up, which is explicitly for an application-based app where you have to apply. They check your social media. They check like how real world famous you are, and they accept you. I got denied, as well as a lot of my friends that applied. I don't even have an iOS device, which is what you need. Then I had a meeting with somebody, ran into somebody who actually co-created the app. He's like, yeah, dude, I'll greenlight you. Here you go. I was like, okay, cool. Hop on the app. I swear to God, it's like looking at the red carpet at the Emmys, and every single person there is looking to date an NBA star, an NFL star, whatever. So far in 2 weeks, 0 matches, but we're keeping our hopes up.
If you're an LA3, what if you're a Raya 2.5?
I'm a Raya 0. Like nobody goes on this app and it's like, this kid plays video games. Oh, that's me. They're like
another hacker. Wow.
Yeah.
Report.
How'd this guy get in here? It's like
I'm tired of professional
3.0.
athletes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, enough of
this
those.
Peak physical form man with millions of dollars. I want a guy who plays video games in his home. Like that's what I want.
I want a boyfriend I refer to by his gamer tag.
Oh shit.
So did you get rid
of
your
Jericho?
They call me Jericho.
Oh, that's your opening line.
I'm a 10th prestige in bed. You have no idea.
Because I'll blow your walls out. Yeah.
I'll break your walls down. Beat that.
So you uninstalled it.
Yeah.
And for a while, which makes me think you reinstalled it.
It is on my phone.
What's your, have you had any success so far, or what you would qualify as success given what you're looking for?
Okay, so I have a very like non-specific story that I can discuss. I had some slight success with somebody, so much so that we were talking for like a solid month, and I was like, yo, like come out hang out with me. Let's hang out for a couple days, and I'll take some time off of work, and we'll just, you know, you can stay with me, and we'll see what's up. And like within 30 minutes of picking them up, it was just, I already knew how big of a mistake I had made, because like you really, you know people and you can talk with them, but like you don't know what it's like to spend that much time with them, right? It's like within 30 minutes, I was like, oh fuck, guys. Like I texted my friend and I was like, Cheney, listen, I need you to hang out with me every single day. Like I need you to take 4 hours of your day every day to give me some relief here. Which she was like, absolutely fucking not. You sleep in that bed that you made. But like, it was a really terrible experience.
So what was your biggest complaint about this young lady? Like what was the thing about her that irked you the most?
God. It's gonna sound so bad because she was honestly very sweet. Like, all right. Complaint number one, still in school. I know this is weird because I just turned 25 last week, but like the thought of having somebody in school and like hearing the complaints about like coursework makes my dick fall off. Like the thought of having to like console somebody, be like, yes, I know Tommy is not a good PA or TA, and it's like really grading your homework harshly, but like I got rear-ended by an uninsured driver. I have real things to deal with. Like that's the level of complaint that I need. I need you to be like, I'm getting reamed in state taxes, not like.
Come on.
Yeah,
no.
I finished school when I was 31. Tucker would never date me.
The ideal girl has these problems. She's like, yeah, algebra 1 is really tough. You know, I'm having a hard time.
Wait. When
Multiplying
did you learn algebra 1? That was like middle school, Kyle.
Yeah, exactly. That's the ideal girl. Now you're following along. Yeah, I haven't dated a girl who did have coursework in so long. I don't even remember. It's nice to you know, see because they have places to be. Their time is limited. You know, they can't be. They're not going to be.
Their time is. They have so much time.
Oh, there's cheerleader practice, dare.
Yeah, you got it.
Gotta stay away from drugs. Like, no. I mean, shit. It was eye-opening because that was the first time that I actually like put effort into like, hey, there might be something here where I could, you know, I could potentially see you more often. I'm not ready to say like I could date you, but like, there's something here. And the fact of the matter is that she was very fixated on like 2 aspects of her life, which were, for whatever reason, like the most unattractive things. And it was school life, like very real, normal drama shit that you go through when you're a female in college or high school. She was not in high school, by the way, very much in graduate school. So it's even worse of a complaint for me to be like schoolwork. And then, and she just didn't have any interests outside of that. So like I learned a lot about drama classes and operettas and how much her choreographer was a bitch and all this stuff. And I was like, great. So let's talk about other stuff.
I love
it was a
when
culmination.
women talk about all the other women that they dislike in their life. It's always so interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously it goes both ways. There are dudes that are like, man, fuck that guy. But like, this was a special case. It's like, God, this reminds me so much of high school. Like, I don't want this. I really don't want this.
See, back in high school,
the mistake of, so you texted this woman for
a
month.
On. I hung out with her in person for 3 straight days for the majority of each day. So it wasn't like I was like, hey, let me get to know you online. Hey, come out here. Like, that's such a bold step. Like I had my first meeting with her was in person, and the time that I spent with her was pretty plentiful. So like looking back, there were some signs where I was like, well, you dumbass, like it was very like, you don't need to, you could have just seen this coming, but I, you know.
Are you sure you're not being like, well, that's kind of rude to say.
Am I sure I'm not being just a little bit close-minded, a little bit of a
chooser? Yeah. Like
beggars can't be choosers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a shit thing to say. I
no, but
stop
it's
myself.
True.
You know, I don't think you're a beggar by any chance. I don't think you're a choosing beggar. I know a choosing beggar, but I don't think you fit that mold.
Okay, that like there's nothing appealing about using my position in a way that would convince somebody who otherwise might not be interested to
You're like
come
the
and hang out
old-timey gold miner who's down in his hole with a pick and an axe, and he's looking over the horizon at the guys using the hydraulic hoses, just washing the hill dry, and the gold's just raining down in the bucket. It's like, I wouldn't even want that gold. Pink!
Ain't no sport to it.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know.
Chris Rock's new comedy routine. The people are like, dude, you can't put your picture on Tinder because girls will only fuck you because, they think you're Chris Rock. And he's like, but I do want them to fuck me, and I am Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So, you know, take it. You're not using your tools, Tucker.
Yeah, you've been dealt a full hand of cards, and you're only playing like 2.
Yeah.
I have. How about this? I have played my hand several times, and most of these times are not worth the effort and or possibly negative things that can come from doing that in a public space, right? Like if I put myself out either privately or publicly as Jericho, right? That opens me up to a large list of things that could possibly be turned back on me. Even if it's just normal consenting adults being consenting adults, like I want my leaked dick pic to be Tucker's leaked dick pic, not like Jericho shows his dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make even remotely amount of sense?
That does actually make some sense. Yeah. I still think, like, if your hang up to Kyle's point is you're not wanting to go below 21, you can still leverage your fame for.
I'm not leveraging. I will not do that. That's out of the question. I just don't want to.
But if you were a very successful financial advisor or something, same age as you are now, wouldn't you use that to kind of show how impressive you were? Like, see, look at this. I've got a work ethic. I've got a job that's going to be here for a while. Like, you can flex.
You can flex without being like, I am important in the public space. Like, yes, if like I will take you out to a nice steakhouse and we will go to a nice club and we will have comp to every, like, I can do the game. It's just that my first foot forward is not like, I'm going to play you like a fiddle here. Here's the list of things we're going to do. Like, I'd rather just slowly get there instead of like, here's all I can do. Who's ready to take some? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to do it ham-handedly where it's like, oh, you don't want to blow me? Well, look how many Twitter followers I have, you bitch. Like, you could just be like,
Kyle's
hey,
like,
as an aside, this is my career. Isn't this really neat? Oh, that is really neat. And this is the number of people who follow me. Oh, so this isn't some, weekend thing like a hobby like hiking. Like, you're legit. Like, and that's very impressive.
And I do. All right. Example, there was a music festival, which I know the people that run it. So I have all access tickets to that. That is absolutely something that I have in the past and will in the future be like, hey, I'm going to this festival. Here's this all access pass. We're just going to roam around and do our thing and be the cool kids. Right. Like that's using my position in a way that other people can't, and it's also giving them benefit, but it's not like a heavy-handed way of doing it. And it's also not directly tied into my job, but it is. So when she's like, well, how did you get this? Well, I know the artist, I know this guy, here's how I know them, right? You can like ease in the conversation, but I just don't want any first impressions or like second impressions to be remotely related to gaming or our industry, for better or for worse.
I just feel like, Drake is one of my fans.
Yeah, if I were Ninja, I'd be like, so you remember, I don't know if you heard, but I played with Drake. Like, I have his number. I'm going to give him a call right now. Like,
Taylor,
hey, could you just give me Drake's number?
How do you flex, right? Like, if you're talking to a girl on Tinder or something and you want her to know that you're quite the prize, what's your flex move?
Oh, I just
tells a joke.
Try and be funny, and then make sure that the picture that's featured on, my page of Tinder is literally me in a tank top showing off.
You literally flex.
So you don't ever link PKA episodes, do you?
No, because believe it or not, the content of this podcast is not conducive. Not conducive.
I mean, but you think that my Minecraft Let's Play is conducive of?
Oh, I'm getting a little wet right now.
It depends on your demo, right?
Stop! I don't want to venture down.
Step one, Tucker. Move to Costa Rica, okay?
Oh God!
Fill in the blanks. You know why.
Brazil.
Step 2. All right. You got to lower that Tinder number down. 21 is just silly. All right. if you'll only date a girl if you can get her drunk, which is what I'm twisting your words into.
What
the fuck is this, Tucker?
Pretty funny.
So all I did was I set my Tinder to age 18 to 20 because I've never been in that range. But I've also forgot to inform you guys that since I live in LA, anybody who is ages 18 to 22 in Tinder is probably trying to be an actress, a model, or is like, So this was the very first photo that came up. Someone who is 18 years old and has a myriad of plastic surgery done.
She looks like a cat person.
And not like somebody who would have cats, but somebody who is trying to become a cat.
That's not a sexy cat either. Like it's like she's like a gross cat person. Like her lips are enormous and she's got those like awful eyebrows that are like drawn on like as thick as my fucking thumb. Like Rafiki just went Simba over her fucking forehead. It's disgusting.
How salvageable is she though, right? Because she's young and I don't want her life to be over.
No, throwaway account.
The lips are temporary. They will go right back.
The nose job is not temporary.
That's not temporary. Those lips aren't temporary.
Those lips are not temporary.
She filled those with collagen. That takes like 10 years to wear off.
Look, I'm not an expert. I thought collagen took like 3 months to wear off.
No. I don't think so.
It does not take 10 years.
Chiz, how long does collagen last? Google help, please.
I know.
Chiz was injected throughout his entire body with collagen at birth, and look at him now. Hasn't worn off a bit.
You know, we don't talk shit about people when they're not here, Kyle.
He's right there.
Okay, fair point.
Fair enough.
Point is, that's why my Tinder range is never going down there, and that's the example one. Okay, it's just no.
Well, aren't there plenty of girls in their 20s with those poofed up lips and the big, kind of the tigery look?
I'm at there. I have a Tinder Gold. Is that what it's called? Where you can see when people like you when you haven't.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Is that what? Yeah. So. Yeah. I know. I don't know if it was Tinder Premium or whatever. I had a
4 to 6 months for collagen.
4 to 6 months. Bullshit.
I mean, thought it too. She just Googled it for us.
All right. Maybe this is anecdotal evidence, but I know somebody personally that has had it done 4 years ago, and they look the same as they did. So like maybe they get touch-ups, but either way, they're not going away anytime.
I guess if you got a little touch of collagen, maybe 4 months. That is an enormous amount of collagen she's had ejected in there. Like her lips are almost Kyle level.
Almost.
Some supple lips.
Has she had a nose job, or does she need a nose job?
No, she has had a nose job. Yeah.
She needs another nose job. That's the answer to your question.
Yeah, she needs to hit Control Z on that nose job.
Undo that.
Yeah.
So Tucker, are you looking like on your Tinder escapades, or are you thinking you can parlay something like that into a relationship? Is that what you're looking for, or you're just looking for sex at this point?
Yeah, no, I'm looking. It's more like window shopping, where you're like, if I see something that's ideal, like, okay, maybe I'll go in the store, and then maybe it's the right price, and then maybe we go forward with it. But like, I'm not like my sex life is entirely done outside of Tinder. Like, I have had maybe 5 meaningful like discussions, meetups on Tinder, and none of them have butted into anything. It's just a lot easier in the real world. I feel like that's like a weird.
No, not at all. It's way easier to go up to someone in person and be funny than it is to do it via text when you're competing against 500 other guys sending line.
I disagree.
Yeah, I would have thought text was easier.
No,
you get more time.
You can't give your tone. You can't
be snappy.
If you're quick-witted on text, who's to say how quick-witted you are? Like, nobody knows. You got that message 4 hours ago. For all she knows, you could have been sitting there feverishly, no, that's not right, Whereas in person, you can kind of give a better feel for who you are. Like, oh, this guy's entertaining. He's fun to be around. Or real quick, she can be like, oh, this is a creep. I don't like this guy.
Us funny dudes, we thrive in the real world. It's not about the written world,
Okay.
Yeah, both are doable, and both have their times, I think. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? My self-esteem is at an all-time low. I need some Tinder pussy to make me feel better.